What's up, everybody? How's it going? My name's Caden. I own a mowing company and I mow 55 yards every week. And yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years, and I wanted to make a video on what to be thinking about when you get started. When you're first starting out, how do you actually start a mowing company? In this video, I want to talk about the 3 things you should be thinking about when you are starting a mowing company or a landscaping company. 3 things, okay? There's a lot of things to think about when it comes to starting a company. Should I do an LLC? Should I do a sole proprietorship? Should I get a business bank account? Should I have a software for CRM? Should I run Google Ads? Should I do flyers? There's just 1,000 things you can be thinking about. But really, when it comes to a mowing company, you should just be thinking about 3 things when you have 0 customers. Okay, so this is for the type of person that says, hey, I have 0 customers and I have maybe some money to invest to start. Here's the 3 things you need to think about. First, how do you get a customer? Second, what equipment do you need to fulfill the service? Third, how do you fulfill the service? Okay, we're going to go in that order. You can go out of order. You can learn how to do the service first by working for another company or by doing it yourself. Then you can learn, get the equipment second, and then get the customer last. Or you can get the customer first, then buy your equipment, and then learn on the job. You could totally do that. So it doesn't really matter the order, but I'm just going to go in that order. So, all right. So first up, customers. How do you get one customer? Your first one. When I started, I spent, I believe, $65 or so on flyers from Vistaprint, and I put them out around the neighborhood, and I'm pretty sure I got 1, maybe 2 clients from that. And I put out, I don't know, 100 flyers, 150. I want to say I got 2 yards from that. The majority came, and that was all the money I spent. I spent $1 more marketing. Just telling you how I did it. Then what I did is I went on to Google, started a business page on there, went on to Facebook, started a business page on there, went on to Nextdoor Neighbor, started a business page on there. You have to have personal accounts on all 3 in order to start a business page. I did that, and those were my sources for leads. The most, hands down, yards I got, or the most business I got from any platform was hands down Nextdoor Neighbor. So definitely go on there, start a business account, start a personal account, and you know, I've tried ads before. Actually, I have an ad running right now, and I've gotten 0 leads from it. So I don't know, maybe I'm doing it wrong or something, but I haven't gotten good luck from. I haven't had good luck from running paid ads on Nextdoor. What I do, or what I did, now I don't have the time for it, but what I did when I had time was you'd go on there and you'd just look around, you'd search people looking for mowing or mowing, and there'll be people asking for suggestions from neighbors for mowing customers, or there are people saying like, hey, I have my lawn needs mowed. There's a bunch of people like that, and so you'll just respond with a nice, you know, typed out thing. Hey, my name is so-and-so, I just started a mowing company, I'd be happy to give you a quote, here's my number. Or sometimes they'll even put their number on there, you can call them with a quote, and that's fantastic. So that's the biggest way. You go on Nextdoor, you look for people looking for mowing, and you can ask, you know, once you have clients, you can ask for suggestions. So Nextdoor page, Facebook page, Google My Business, search Nextdoor, put out flyers, and then the last one that is very good, if you have a little bit more money, is going to be those 18 by 24 inch yard signs that you see all over. Those have been really well, for me, have worked really well. They're just a little bit more pricey. Like the most recent campaign I ran with those, I spent $300 for, that included shipping and stuff, for like 65 signs. Put them all out, and I got 9 customers, new customers signed on from that. And so that's well worth it for me. That's very good customer acquisition cost. But when you're starting, if you don't have any money, flyers are going to be cheaper. So you can buy flyers and just go out and knock on the door. If you can, if you have time and you're brave enough, knock on the doors and introduce yourself. That really works out well. As soon as you get 1 client, you're going to knock on all the doors around that whole neighborhood and say, hey, I just got finished mowing so-and-so's yard, your neighbor, that's big. That really gives you a little bit of social credibility when you're knocking on doors. But that's it. You're going to do Nextdoor, Facebook, Google, yard signs, flyers. Those are 5 channels right there of advertising that are cheap and work. They just do. They just work. That's all I did for the first entire year. The second year I did a website, and I'm just now starting to run some paid ads. And so I don't really know much about that yet. I'm learning, so I'm not gonna speak to that yet. This is kind of a new area I'm branching out into now for growing. But the print marketing works well. The other thing you could do is on Facebook, and just with your contact list on your phone, reach out to people that you know in the area. And you don't have to try to sell, your friends and family. You're not like, hey, do you need mowing? You can just say, I'm starting this. Do you know anyone that needs mowing near you, or any of your friends that need mowing service? That can work really well too, because I guarantee you have about 500 contacts in your phone, and maybe 50 of those you could call in your area or text them and let them know what you're doing. That's another thing about why Facebook is nice, is because I'm pretty sure when you start a business page, it puts it on your feed or whatever. So it lets all your Facebook friends know what you're doing. Do you need a website when you start? No. Is it good? Yes. It's very nice to have a website. You can send it. It looks really professional. So if you can, yes, it's great. But if you're just bare bones, scraping by, sheeping out as much as you can in the beginning, which is smart, it's a good way to do it. Don't worry about a website. You don't need any of that. Just send people to one of those business pages, probably your Google My Business page. You can, highlight the link if they ever ask, oh, where can I go to find more out? Send them to your Google My Business page, and that is just fine when you're starting. All right, the second thing is going to be equipment. What do you need to actually mow somebody's yard? You need a mower, trimmer, and a blower. That's it. So when you start out, get the cheapest mower you can get, cheapest trimmer you can get, cheapest blower you can get. If you're on a shoestring budget, totally do that. The only issue is going to be if you're push mowing yards with residential grade push mowers and residential grade weed eaters and stuff. The actual quality of the cut is not as good. It really isn't. You can have perfectly sharp blades, a brand new mower, and it's not going to cut as good as heavily used commercial grade zero turn. So that is something to keep in mind. You really should try, if possible, to start with a commercial grade mower, because it's also going to make your life a lot easier. It's not going to take you an hour to cut somebody's lawn. It might take you 15 minutes. So it really, it's going to have a higher quality cut, and it's going to take you a lot less time. So that's a good idea to start with a zero turn. That's what I did. I'm very happy that I did. I had a 48-inch Toro Z Master sit down zero turn. What I would have done differently is gotten a 52-inch stand on instead of a 48-inch sit down. The 48-inch, I got that because I thought it would fit in more gates, and I got a sit down because I thought that was, I don't know, I just got a good deal on it, and that was that. So I would not get a stand on, I would not get a sit down mower again. Stand-ons are far superior, especially if you're doing residential properties. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely go with a commercial grade mower. If you can only afford residential, then get residential, but please get a commercial grade mower as soon as possible. It's going to make your life so much easier. It's going to last longer, and it's also going to cut the yards better, and it's going to make you way more efficient. So get a stand-on commercial grade mower. Any of the major brands are fine. I've used a lot of different ones. They're all good. In order to get, I would you could get them for $3,000 with a lot of hours on it, but it's going to have problems. They're going to break. So if you can get it below 1,500 hours, you can get them for $4,000 in my market, pretty much across all brands. So ideally, you would be getting a used stand-on commercial grade mower, 52-inch, with about 1,000 hours or less. And I would just get a push mower for the backyards if I'm starting out. You can also get a 36-inch later, but I would start with just one big mower and then a push mower. That's what I did. And then one trimmer and one blower and a trailer. to carry it all. So you do need, you know, some stuff. Once you make that jump from like just push mowing yards to an actual zero turn where you're actually going to be on a real mower, you're going to need a lot of stuff. You need the trailer and something to tow the trailer with. So I'm going to take you back. I'm going to show you what I got right now. Okay, this is the setup at the moment. We're about to mow this lawn in a second, and I'll teach you a little bit of tips here and there for quality, but this is going to be pretty ideal setup for my application, and so you do not need all of this stuff. You don't need that. You can go with a smaller trailer. You don't need a trimmer rack. You don't need 2 trimmers, so you can go ahead and ignore that. But if it were me, I was restarting, this would be an amazing mower to start with. But obviously, if you don't have enough money to afford something like a Skag V-Ride 2, you know, you can go with an older model, or you can also go with a sit down, but I would definitely highly recommend to try to get a stand on. You're gonna thank yourself for sure. But this is mine. It's a Skag V-Ride 2. I don't know what year it is, maybe 2020 or something like that. It has, I just bought this actually this season before I had a deer, but it has 825 hours. I bought it with like 700, I think, something like that. So I put like 125 hours on it this season. But yeah, I bought that for 50, I think it was 4,800 or 5,000, somewhere in there. And that's under 1,000 hours. So if you're looking at something with maybe 1,300 hours, I bet you could get, you know, I've bought them before at 4,000. I paid 4,000 for my deer, and I had 1,100 hours on it. So anyways, got about $4,000. You're gonna get an ideal mower. That would be fantastic to start with. But if you have to save for that, you know, no problem at all. That's what I did. I had started with a sit down mower that I got for 3,000. But anyways, this would be the ideal mower to start with. And then as for trimmers, I started with a Steel FS, whatever the heck, cheapest one. It was like $120. I regretted that right away. Had no power, and it was a curved shaft. You definitely have to get a straight shaft trimmer, because otherwise you're not going to be able to edge your properties. So anyways, whatever you're getting, make sure it's a straight shaft. But these commercial grade Echoes are my favorite. There's a 2620T. They're very nice. The Echo, if it says X series, that means it's commercial grade. So anything that's X series with the Echo, that's good. And then anything commercial grade with steel is good. I like steel too. They're both fine. These grips are nice. They make it a little easier on your back and stuff, but you don't have to worry about that when you're starting. Just use the regular handle. Yeah, one thing that's nice about the Echo is it has a speed feed head, so you can load the line quicker and easier, but it doesn't really matter. Just get whatever cheapest straight shaft you could find. You can even go used on these if you know how to just do really simple stuff like an air filter and fuel filter, which you could totally learn in 5 seconds on YouTube. It's super easy. And a spark plug. So if you could just tune it up, you can also go used with those on Marketplace. But that's my trimmer. And then my blower that I have right now. You can get a handheld, but the backpacks are definitely nice. It's going to make your job easier and quicker and everything, but you can totally get a handheld. This is a BR 700. I like steel a lot with the blowers. I have an Echo, but it's not my favorite for lawn maintenance. This is a fantastic. The BR 600 is also really good. This is a little underpowered when it comes to leaves. I like the 800, the biggest one. I also have the 9010, I think is what it's called, the Echo, for leaves, but this is perfect for maintenance. That's it. This is a 6.5 by 10 carry-on utility trailer. It's a pretty light duty trailer for what I do it, but what I use it for, but the axle is fine. I've never bent the axle. I actually can fit 3 zero turns on here. It's way overweight for this tiny little axle, but it does it. Yeah, and I put these little garage door springs on here. That was nice. But anyways, you don't need any of that. So anyways, utility trailer, if you could get this is a 6.5 by 12. I think I said that. If you can get a 12 foot, that would be great. But if all you can afford is maybe a 4 by 8 or something like that, that's fine. You can also go used on trailers. This one I bought used. I bought my first ever trailer. It was a 5.5 by 10 from Tractor Supply. Bought that one new. So, you know, you can go either way. They hold their value pretty well, just because there's not a whole lot you can break on a trailer. So that's pretty much the walk around of all the equipment you need to get started. All right, when it comes to actually servicing the property, 3 steps if you're not doing edging, which I'm not on this because it's bi-weekly, as you can see. You're gonna mow it, you're gonna trim it, and then you're gonna blow off all the clippings. Pretty easy. Let's start with mowing. You probably already know how to do that. If you don't, that's a separate video on how to do it with the commercial grade. But anyways, we'll start with that. Okay, so that's the first cut I just finished. One quick thing, something that we do differently as a commercial service is we're actually gonna cut the lawn 2 times, go in different directions. And the reason we do that is actually, if we look here closely, I don't know if it's gonna show up on camera, but the cut is fine, it's fine, but this is not acceptable. This is, it's not flat. So yeah, it's not really showing up on camera that well, but the cut is just not great. It's not perfectly flat. And you're gonna see in a second, when we go over it again, it's gonna be perfectly flat. So I'm gonna show you in just 1 minute why we double cut. Check out the difference here. Just cut this twice, cut this once. Big difference. Again, I don't know how much it's gonna show up on camera, but there is a giant difference between the one cut and the second. I mean, look at that. See how flat that is and how inconsistent this is? I'm telling you, it's more important in person. You'll see when you do it yourself. But it does make a big difference when you double cut. 1 cut, 2 cuts. So anyways, that is why we cut lawns twice, because it has a flatter look as well as it gives you that cross-cut pattern. Okay, there's the second mow, looking good. So we are done with the mowing portion of this job. That's the backyard, done mowing that as well, but we are not done servicing the property yet. We still have to trim. So how do you trim? Literally just walk with the trimmer, get all the spots that are kind of hard to see on the camera, but the mower could not get right along this and right along the garden beds. And so anywhere that the mower didn't get, we're gonna take care of with the trimmer. As well, you can see this stuff sticking up all along the street there. There's that awesome guy driving by in his little car. So anyways, I'm just gonna hit all that, knock that all down with the trimmer, and then we're gonna blow and get the heck out of here. All right, it is like 100 degrees. That's pretty much gonna do it for this video. If you're watching until now, that's good. That shows that you're one of those people who is just hungry. You wanna learn, you wanna just consume as much information as you can, and that's great. You should definitely keep learning. But I do wanna encourage you, because I was that person when I started. I would watch hours and hours and hours of YouTube videos of people telling how to start a lawn care company, what to do, what to think about. I would encourage you to go ahead and just stop and go out and do something. Take an actionable step from this video or another one and actually go do it. I needed someone to tell me that. Just go freaking start, because that's the majority of people who are going to watch this are just browsing, they're just looking, they're going to learn. And chances are, if you're watching still, you think you need to learn more and you think you need to know more, but actually you need to just go do it. So I would encourage you to go out, try to get your first customer, order flyers, order yard signs, and go put them out. Go buy a push mower. Take that first step, start your business account, whatever it is. Take that first step, just start, and good luck. If you have any questions, post them in the comments. I answer as many as I can. And right now it's easy because I'm tiny as far as the channel goes. So anyways, happy to answer whatever questions. Good luck to you, and I hope you make a bunch of money